Hi coloring friends and welcome back to my channel. I just felt like sitting down and coloring today, so I decided that I would just go ahead and turn the camera on while I'm doing it. I am working on this picture. It is number 28 in the Coloring Heaven Fairytopia special, and the artwork is by Mystic Art Mirrors. And I am working on this girl here. And I'm going to work a little bit more on her skin. I think I'm going to do her neck, and then I will move on to some of the flower work, just to show something different. So you're not just stuck sitting watching me color skin the whole time. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm using a mix so far of Prismacolor and the Brute Square pencils. The skin on her face, I've used Jade Green from Prismacolor, and then number 57 from the Brute Square pencils. So, and I like how it's turned out so far. I know my shading is not the best out there, but I am learning, so it's kind of you know, just learning and seeing what works and what doesn't as I go along. So the one thing that was really frustrating here, I could not get this side of her nose shading exactly right, and I tried erasing and redoing, and then the paper was, the tooth was damaged a little bit or worn out. So it's not exactly how I wanted it, but it's close enough. And I think she's looking kind of cool. I like the green skin, how it's looking. So how's everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing okay. Um, there's a lot going on right now, so it's hard to feel okay. I know I have not felt fully okay, but um, we just keep going on, keep moving forward, and coloring definitely helps. So there's that. So yeah, this picture, um, the hair, I had the absolutely insane idea of following a tutorial that the channel Colorfully Optimistic put out. And she is like the queen of hair to me. She's amazing at it. And she says in the video that red is a hard color to do because it takes so many different colors put into it. I think there was 6 or 7 colors that went into the hair in her tutorial. So, and they were all from different Black Widow collections, and I actually had them all. So I pulled them all out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I have what I need. I watched her do it. I'm gonna do this, and oh my goodness, like. Fast forward like an hour and a half in, and I am ready to throw my book and my pencils and oh my goodness. Yeah, it's gonna take me a lot of practice to get to where she is, which I did not expect to be able to just pick up. Oh, I can just do this too. I didn't expect that. Um, but man, it it was frustrating. And I am not totally thrilled with how it came out, but eventually you just have to say this is the best I can do right now and move on. And that's what it is. This is the best I can do right now. So, you know, it's okay. I learned something. Hopefully next time when I approach it, I'll be a little bit better. And I might go for a not as complicated hair color. Maybe not one that has 7 colors into it. That would probably be a good way to start with hair. But, you know, sometimes I just dive all in. And that's what I did. But, and while I know it is not perfect and super professional or anything like that, I am happy with how it's turning out. So I can't complain. I have to give myself a little grace and just accept that I am not going to be cranking out expert artwork. I really haven't done a lot of pages like this with people, so it is a little bit out of my comfort range and definitely a learning process. But I'm having fun with it. I like playing around with it. All right. Trying to decide if that's good, or I feel like here could be a bit more blended downward. Let's see if I can get it to cooperate. Now the Brute Fooner mixed with the Prisma, they don't blend as easily as if you had a Prisma with a Prisma. Obviously, that's not. But I do feel like if you pick your colors well enough, you can get a decent blend from them. So that's what I'm going for. All right. I'm trying to decide if I want to try to deepen the shadowy areas or just leave it. I might just leave it for now. I kind of feel like over here could be a little better blended inward too. Let's see. A little bit like this. Yeah, see, then I think I get too carried away and then it's too dark. All right. I think I'm going to leave that at that for now. It's not too bad. I'm honestly terrified to tackle the lips. The eyes are out of my comfort zone, so those are going to be saved for last. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to move on from that. I will finish the rest of her skin off camera and we will move on to, I think I'm going to do a few of these skinnier flowers here, and I just wanted to make those like a creamy, almost a whitish looking cream petal. So I have the Prismacolor cream that I'm going to be using on those, and we'll just come in here, and I definitely want it to be darker at the bottom. And then I'm going to lighten up my pressure when I get to the center, and then darken it up at the tip where it comes together, and then kind of shade the two to combine. We'll see how that turns out. All right, that is not bad. Hopefully you can even pick up that color on camera because that is, it's very light, but that's what I was going for. So I like it, except I'm going on to the black there. I'm gonna have to erase that away. And we'll make this area lighter here. All right, I'm just gonna grab my little tiny eraser. You know, I bought this set with this electric eraser, and honestly, I have not used the electric eraser part once, but I've used these tiny erasers that it came with all the time. I just keep them with me when I color now because they're so good to get into these little tiny spots that you need to erase, and they kind of keep their rounded point on the side if you keep rotating them. Love those. So, I mean, the pack was worth it just to get those tiny erasers. That is what I have used the most for sure. Let's see if I can get that to lay a little flatter. It's the only thing about coloring in these magazines is it's hard to get the book to cooperate with you. Just do that. All right. I tried to find a deeper shade that I wanted to use to kind of darken these spots here where it goes closer to the leaf, and it would be, you know, a little darker. And I could not find a good match that I was happy with, so I'm just gonna work with the one color and vary my pressure a lot. So I end up with lighter and darker areas. So the flowers, the bigger flowers here, I am going to do in a pink. I actually have a book cover, which I will show in just a second, that is kind of my inspiration for the flowers. So I'm not sure if they're exactly the same flower, but they look pretty close to me, so that is my plan. Go. All right, I'll show that cover here. So these are the flowers that my inspiration for it. And I do have, let's see if I can pick them up. I have these colors picked out to color the flower. So I see some peaches and sort of a yellowy orange in there, definitely light pink and a darker pink. And then way down in the shadowy areas, it's almost purplish. So I picked that one out. I'll see how I do if I need that. Yeah, so that'll be these flowers here. And this book is, in case anybody's wondering, The Spanish Daughter. Very, very good book. I would recommend. And gorgeous cover, for sure. Yeah, I actually read that one not that long ago, and it was really interesting. It's a historical fiction with kind of a mystery element to it. And It is set on a cacao farm in Ecuador in the I think it's the 20s. I can't remember though. I can't remember for sure about that. But interesting, very interesting to, read about the cacao farms and that time in history. I'm going to turn the book just a little bit to get a few more of these. And I'll just do a couple more and then I'll move on to the starting to tackle a pink flower, just so I can vary up what you're seeing a little bit. But yeah, so it's one of the reasons I really like historical fiction is I know it's fiction. However, these authors usually do extensive research to make it as realistic as possible, as tied into history as possible. And there are things that I'll read and my interest will be piqued, and then I'll go and research a little bit more to find out, more about whatever it is. And I've learned a lot that way, really. I never was a big history fan in school. I didn't enjoy it very much. Um, but this way, it piques my interest, and pushes me to learn a little more. Um, so I've enjoyed reading historical fictions and learning new things. But these books that I've gotten, they come from a box that I've subscribed to. It's called Once Upon a Book Club, and they do monthly boxes, and they choose a book, and then as you read through, there will be pages that have uh, marked where you should go and go to the box and uh, open a gift that's in there. I'm trying to see if I can find one in this book. I don't know if I pulled them. Oh, here's one. There it is. So they look like this, and it'll say open your gift, and then you go to the box, and so this one says, I spent the rest of the afternoon preparing chocolate drinks and truffles. And then when you go to the box, the gift that you open is related to that exact sentence in the book. So I won't say what the gift was, just because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. But it's really cool because you're like, some of the things, it's like, oh, it's this from the book. And it's kind of fun. And I think almost every gift I've gotten has either been really pretty or useful in some way. I guess I've had a few that are kind of, that was cool, but I'll probably never use this again. I have a couple of like purses, or there was a wooden, I guess, sort of African, I think, drum in one of the books, which is really cool and really fun to open in the moment of the book, but not something I'm gonna do anything with. It doesn't match my decor, and so I gave that to my daughter too, which she had fun with. Um, I don't know. Some of these petals are not exactly the best shaded, but it's okay. We're just gonna go with it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I stumbled upon that at some point during quarantine, and obviously that was a nice at home entertaining diversion to some of the stuff going on, some of the anxiety. Um, yeah, and it's been fun. Really enjoyed them. Now I don't. You can skip boxes, and there are a lot of times when I'll skip just, for budget reasons that we just need to scale back a little bit that month, and I'll just skip a box and, catch the next one if I can. And for the most part, they've been historical fiction. There have been a few contemporary fiction, I guess. Um, but I haven't gotten a single book that I didn't really like. There haven't been any duds at all, really. So, if anyone's interested, Once Upon a Book Club. It's a fun one. All right, I think I might leave it here for the creamy petals and move on to some of the pink. I am a little intimidated about trying that because I've never tried to, you know, copy from an inspiration before. And these flowers are kind of big and intimidating as it is, so we'll see. We'll see how we do. Okay, so I'm going to put my book here just so I can look at the flower as I work on it and kind of see. So like here, we're like if I started with here, we're like almost solidly dark pink. I guess they're a little different. It's going to be hard because these are, well, I guess not. I guess I'm seeing some insides and some outsides here. So I see a little bit of green here I need to remove on that petal. There we go. All right. Okay, just dive in. Here we go. I'm so intimidated by this. Okay, so I know, let's see, I'm going to work on this one up here. And I know that this area is going to be very darkest here, so let me go with that. Oh goodness, this one is a little scratchy. No, I almost could have gone even darker with my color choice on the darkest. That's okay. Just kind of blend it up a little bit. Okay, let's see how this is here. Put my very lightest there. It's actually quite a bit of yellow. Sorry, hopefully my hand wasn't just totally blocking that whole thing there. Sometimes I forget, especially when I'm trying to concentrate on doing something new. To watch my hands. I'm gonna try to kind of lay on the yellow there. There we go. Okay, it's not terrible. It's definitely not gonna look like the book, but that's okay. I almost feel like I need a slightly darker. Look at my swatch chart again. And I have a few holes here because there are pencils in my bedroom that I need to bring out and finish on my chart here. I don't know, maybe this 120 would be a good one. Or 106. So I'm going to go with 120 because it has a little more pink in it. The other one's a bit more of a red tone. So let's dig that out. Okay, and hopefully I didn't go too hard and heavy with that other pink to get a little more on the paper here. We'll see how we do. Okay, I definitely like that as a darker tone here. That's better. There we go. Okay, I like that better. That gives a bit more of a darker tone in the mix there. I did a terrible job staying in the lines here. Just terrible. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit because that part of the petal I probably don't want the darkest shade. All right, then we're gonna work our way out. So I am going to add my darkest tone in the crease here. Kind of feather it out. And then here, feather it out. There we go. Okay, then we're gonna go with the next darkest here. I think I got a little too heavy-handed in that center area too, which I do have a problem with all the time. Always getting too heavy-handed. All right. Then I'm gonna go lightest here. I'm trying to look and see. I think I actually want to try and incorporate a touch of the peach now. Too. There we go. And then that would be this tone here. Okay. Yeah, now I really wish I hadn't gone so heavy-handed in the center because it looks so looks so thick, I guess. Okay, so let me work on. The only problem with having the book there is that that's where my hand goes because I'm a lefty. But that's okay. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing here. Start darker there in the creases. There we go. It's gonna be a bit shadowed on that side. That's some shadow too. Feather it out a bit. I already feel myself wanting to go heavy-handed again. I don't know when I'll ever break myself with that one, but I'll be glad when that day comes, because I always want to go in so hard with these. Okay, so I'm actually going to do it a little different now that it's almost like V's. Go. Okay, then we're going to take our lightest pink. Just kind of go over the V areas. And I may end up going back in and adding a second layer, depending on how we end up here. Okay, so then we're going to go with that for the centers of those V's. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I definitely think I'll probably go back in because I think it'd be nice to have it get deep in that darkness at the bottom there. See if I can do that without going overboard with my pressure. feel so paranoid when I'm not talking. The other day I was sitting at the counter, I think I was coloring, and my son was on the other side of the counter, and all of a sudden he's just like, "Why do you breathe so loud?" And I didn't realize I was breathing loud. So now I'm thinking, oh gosh, am I like panting as I'm coloring? He's a teenager, so I'm pretty sure just my very existence was annoying him that day. And I think that's what it was, but you start second guessing yourself then. It's rough. It's rough to have teenagers, which is okay. Just part of the way things are. All right. And I think, let's see. Do that. And then I'm just going to bring in a touch of the peach on that one. There we go. Got maybe a little more heavy-handed on that than I wanted to. That's okay. Clean that up a little bit. Okay. All right. That is, I'm going to check my time. All right, I think I should probably cut it here. Probably move on to the chore parts of the day that I need to be working on. I'm trying to take advantage of a day off and get bunches of things done, really. I only have one day off, so there's a big to-do list waiting for me, so I think I need to cut it here. And I will likely finish this page off completely off camera. I think I will continue with the skin the same way I did it. The flowers, I'm going to continue working on all those petals that way. The wings, I think I'm going to try to make them a bit brighter. So I'm going to use this very bright green here, I think. And then I'm probably going to coat it with an iridescent watercolor paint that I have in a green shade. So they'll be a little shiny. The lips are probably going to be shades of that I used in these leaves, just to tie that in a little bit, especially because she has those leaves on her too. So that will be that. And then I think I'm probably going to use some iridescent paint to do something on her lids, probably in a goldish color. And then I think I might use a gold sparkle gel pen to draw over these, not her eyelashes, but these, I don't know what they're called, these parts of the plant poking out here. So these would all be coated in this gold gel pen, and then all of these here too on her eyes. So that is the plan for the page. We'll see how we end up. I hope you enjoyed watching me work through this a little bit and use some inspiration on a picture and tackle skin, which is kind of new for me. So anyway, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!